We will present in this video the business model of the Japanese company Enagic, the creator and direct manufacturer of the world's leading molecular hydrogen ionizers for nearly 50 years. It is one of the largest industries in the world in direct selling, which is one of the most important sectors ever. Just to give an example, in 2016, $183 billion was exceeded globally, a turnover that increases every year and is mainly made up of the health and wellness market, the largest product category that will never have a crisis. That is why the company has been in the market for 50 years. It has 100% control of the entire manufacturing process, has OEM, original equipment manufacturer, certification, meaning it is original manufacturer of every element of the device. Every single part is manufactured in-house at the company's Osaka, Japan headquarters, including even the cardboard packaging. Once the manufacturing process is finished, the device undergoes a thorough 27-step inspection before it is approved to be shipped to customers. Enagic, also the only ionizer manufacturing company in the world, has indeed been awarded the WQA's Gold Seal, precisely for the quality of the water it delivers. Enagic also has as many as 3 ISO certifications for quality, environmental management, and medical device manufacturing. Enagic has obtained all the best certifications that place it as the undisputed leader in the market, and for this reason the only one to have installed the devices even in hospitals and healthcare facilities around the world. Enagic has developed a worldwide business and has a worldwide presence with over 40 locations in 26 different countries and capable of selling in any other country. It is a member of the Direct Selling Association and the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating, making it a top company in the world ranking. This technology represents the next megatrend. Megatrend products are products that no one knows about, but the majority of people will own. We can take the example of laptops, smartphones, flat-screen televisions, which as soon as they came on the market we thought we would never own, but then inevitably entered our homes. The molecular hydrogen ionizer will be the next kitchen appliance, an upcoming megatrend. But why are world markets defining it as such? In the first place, everyone drinks water. They obviously know what it is, and there is no need to explain it. It is, in fact, the most widely drunk beverage in the world. And the Italian percentage of people who prefer bottled water to tap water exceeds 90%, representing the highest percentage worldwide. The world bottled water market is a $334 billion business, surpassing any beverage on the market. To this we must add that these special ionizers meet 3 increasingly pressing needs of our society. Health, one of the fastest growing sectors ever and the most searched for on online search engines. Environmental sustainability, the most pressing global problem. And savings, an increasingly relevant universal need. Only 0.1% of people know what we are talking about, and that means we can talk about it to 99.9% of the population, and it is perfectly suited for every category. People, animals, businesses, medical and veterinary practices, offices and businesses, as well as for every home. Last but certainly not least, alkaline water, which is one of the many properties of water produced by these devices, is exploding worldwide. The biggest international companies are investing millions of dollars in it. In every supermarket in the United States and now in Spain as well, bottles of alkaline water at high prices, and moreover with characteristics that are not comparable to those of Kangen water, are becoming increasingly popular. And the mass media themselves are publicizing this reality, creating a demand that has never been had before. All this is creating a so-called paradigm shift. That is, a change in consumer habit and approach that cannot be stopped also, because plastic, representing one of the main problems for our ecosystem, will be eliminated. We can take the example of the mass-market Blockbuster chain that has been totally replaced by Netflix and the internet distribution system of paid entertainment content. The same thing is already happening with the replacement of plastic bottles. The bottled water market will soon have a huge change because it is now known how dangerous the water contained in the chest, exposed to the sun, and the environmental battle that is involving our entire planet for the elimination of plastic. 29 billion bottles are thrown away every year in the United States and as many as 14 billion in Spain alone, with a huge negative environmental impact. To this should be added that any kind of bottled or tap water is acidifying and oxidizing. That is, it accelerates our cellular aging. Every day we inevitably spend money to buy therefore water that does not help us, and we will continue to spend it throughout our lives until we make a decision about it. Moreover, statistics on this reality are changing rapidly because now doctors, surgeons, professors, naturopaths, nutritionists, researchers, Nobel laureates, celebrities, athletes, and world-class athletic trainers own and recommend these exceptional devices. The topic of nutrition and dietary supplementation is on the agenda, and it is WHO that recommends fruits and vegetables for maintaining our health. So think how much more important it can be to choose water that is alkaline and antioxidant, exactly like fruits and vegetables, since we are made up of more than 70% water. We spend thousands and thousands every year on proper nutrition, smoothies, organic groceries, and we still haven't given importance to what we drink. This project promotes all-around well-being. It not only helps from the point of view of physical and environmental well-being, but also from the economic point of view. In fact, in addition to being able to save money, it can become a real source of income that is also important. The company has patented a compensation plan that is international in scope and therefore unique in the world. In fact, it is not a traditional multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, but a system that we could compare to that of a real estate broker who works both directly and with agents. Each agent is like a franchise, each of which will create a sales and revenue stream independent of each other. The broker is quite different from an agent because the agent has to sell a house to make money, but the broker can do so by having 50 agents, and the Enagic compensation plan allows for infinite agents. Unlike other companies, it has no application fees, monthly or annual subscriptions to pay, nor monthly targets to reach. There is no need for a sampler, no need for the self-consumption on which most networks rely, thus forcing personal monthly purchases to secure commissions. The qualification attained is never lost. It is retained for life for the following generations, even after long periods of eventual inactivity. The qualification can only grow and can never downgrade. The company pays by bank transfer after only 10 working days after the sale. The device is easily financed even in small installments. The patent of the compensation plan is called the 8-point system. Each time a device is sold, the company distributes a total of 54% of the value of the product. We might think that this is why this device has a high price, but in reality, any company invests 70 to 95% of the value of the product in the distribution network, which generally consists of factory, representatives for wholesale, salespeople for retail, then finally reaching the consumer. All of this leads to a higher selling price, because obviously corporate profits, commissions, employee costs, so salaries, overhead, and of course all the advertising scaffolding will have to be included. We can take the example of smartphones, which cost about 60 euros to cost even over 1,000 euros. Enagic, on the other hand, being the direct producer, skips all these intermediate steps to get directly to the customer, which is why it can pay such high commissions, amounting to over 50% of the value of the product to its distribution network. Let us now look in detail at the breakdown of commissions for the 8 points. The device in Europe costs 4,200 euros plus VAT. The company pays 8 points, worth 285 euros each for each device sold. The points we get will depend on the level we have reached in the company, which is defined by the letter A, standing for agent. The first 6 levels are determined by the sum of direct and indirect sales that our team has accumulated. As we see, the first 2 sales get us into the first channel from 1 point. From the 3rd to the 10th group sale, we open 2-point channels. From the 11th to the 20th group sale, we open 3-point channels. From the 21st to the 50th sale, we open 4-point channels. From the 51st to the 100th 5-point channels, and from the 100th sale onward, we open 6-point channels for a total of 1,710 per device. Sales are understood to be cumulative between those that we make directly and those that our agents will make. That is, people to whom we have sold the device and who decide to start the business or who have simply recommended the device to friends and acquaintances. Each of our direct sales then will open a separate and independent franchise, and each agent will provide us with different commissions, with his sales depending on the channel in which we have placed him. But let's better understand how it is possible to switch from one channel to another. Let's take an example. Suppose we purchased our device and made our first sale to Alessio. The first sale falls under Channel 1A, that is, we get one of the 8 points available, worth 285 euros gross. The remaining 7 points will be distributed to the sponsors above us. Suppose we make our second sale to Bianca. This second sale also falls under our 1-to-1 channel, and so we will receive another 285 euros. So we have already made a profit, but the most important thing is that we have already opened 2 independent franchises that can develop sales that will always bring a 285 euro point to us. Let's assume that Bianca is only interested in drinking water for her health, but Alessio is interested in doing the business. Assume that Alessio sells 5 devices. Alessio will earn for his first 2 devices 285 euros as he had been for us, but for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, he will earn 570 euros per device, because from the 3rd to the 10th sale, as we have said, we gain access to the 2, a qualification that allows use to get 2 of the 8 points available for a total of 570 euros per device sold. We, who represent Alessio's sponsor, and having placed Alessio in our channel 1A, that is from 1 point, will instead take 5 times 285 euros, and from Alessio even in the future, we will take a maximum of 1 point from each of his sales or of his agents. Now let us assume that we sell our 3rd device directly to Claudio. We are then promoted to the status of 2A, and for this sale we will collect 2 tokens, so 570 euros, and we will have opened a 2-point lane. In fact, if Claudio realizes that simply by sharing water he can help people, he could start his own business and, for example, sell 5 devices. Again, just as it had been for Alessio, Claudio will start from the beginning earning 285 euros, 285 euros, and then from the 3rd direct sale 570 euros. But our earnings will be 570 euros 5 times, because Claudio is placed in our 2-point lane, and therefore any of his direct or indirect sales by his team will always bring us 2 points, that is, 570 euros. If we now go to consider the sum total of all our group sales, so both the direct ones, which were 3, Alessio, Bianca, and Claudio, and the indirect ones, which were 10 others, we will have a total of 13 sales. Having exceeded 10 group sales, and again, with no time constraint. Should we have our own direct sales to make, we could open our own 3-point franchise channel. Let us then assume that we sell our 4th device to Dario. We will have a profit of 3 points for a total of 855 euros. Should Dario be a particularly active person on our team and get to sell 10 devices, partly because of his eventual team, we will have earned 855 euros times 10. This already might seem like a very good profit, an important business, and yet we are still at the beginning because thanks to everyone sharing and again calculating the total devices sold by the whole team, we can calculate as many as 23 devices. And if you remember, from the 20th group sale, we have the opportunity to open our franchise lanes from 4 points. So let's assume that we make Elena our 5th direct sale. We will earn 4 points of 285 euros each, for a total of 1,140 euros. This is where the growth starts to get interesting, and we are only talking about 20 devices sold by our whole team. Interesting because if Elena makes only 5 sales, she will of course pick up from the first qualification and earn 285 euros, 285 euros, 570 euros, and 570 euros, but we will have 5 times a gain of 1,180 euros for a total of 5,700 euros. So right now we have a good qualification already with high earnings and all just by helping people improve his health, saving them money and helping the environment. But the growth is not over and can get even more interesting, because the moment our direct and indirect group sales reach 50 units, we can open our 5-point lane. For every direct sale that will take place within this channel, in fact, we will have a profit of 1,425 euros. This qualification will never be cancelled over time, and if for some reason we stop doing business and resume after a long time, months or years, we can always start again from the qualification achieved. In fact, we do not have any kind of obligation or monthly target to reach in order to maintain qualifications, and we do not have to ask our customers to renew purchases, as is the case in classic networks where monthly we have to make them repeat their product order. Everyone can adapt this activity to the time they have available and they see fit to devote to it. But our business can achieve even more exciting results, because the moment our total group sales reach 100 devices, which is much easier than you think since we have 50 people in our group who can share the water and this reality, we can open a 6-point franchise lane for as much as 1,710 euros per device. To give an example, if we sold 5 devices in that channel, we would have a profit of 8,550 euros. So, to summarize, as we grow in qualification, We have the opportunity to open more and more profitable franchise channels, but from the channels opened in the growth phase, 1A, 2A, 3A, and so on, we will always continue to take 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and so on, even when we have reached the maximum qualification of 6A. We will always understand it with an example. Let us now imagine that once we become 6As, we enter a sale made to Franco. Of course, we will take our 6 points for a total of 1,710. I imagine that Franco is an active person and manages to get to the 4A qualification, and this will mean for us at least 21 devices sold indirectly, of course, and therefore 21 gains that will have yielded at most 6 points each. But why at most 6 points? Because the moment Franco makes a sale in qualification 4A, for example to Elenia, Franco will take 4 of the 8 available points, so 1,140 euros, and we will get the remaining 4 points even though in theory we could have taken 6. This is why it is not a classic multi-level where the one who gains the most is the one who is at the top. On the contrary, this system rewards those who make the sale first. Having reached this point, we might think then that as we grow our team, we might not earn more. But this is not the case because extra bonuses are made available to reward precisely those distributors who have helped their team the most. Whereas once we reach the 6A qualification, we will continue to earn all the normal commissions provided in the 8 points from all the sales of the other distributors. We will still have the opportunity to create 6-point franchise channels in an infinite way, and we will earn other bonuses. Let us see how we can implement these already significant gains with additional rewarding bonuses. One of these we get immediately at our 6A qualification with a sum of 2,550. We get another bonus every time someone makes a sale that comes out of our 8 points, regardless of the channel in which it took place. For each of these, the company will give us a bonus of 130 euros per device. Obviously, by the time we are 6As and our distributors have grown with important qualifications that will get us out of the 8 points, means we will have a lot of people in our team that equals a lot of monthly sales both in and out of the 8 points. In addition to these bonuses, there are 4 other bonuses that for the sake of brevity we will not explain in this video, but are based on a combination of direct and indirect sales. The 6A's qualification is not the maximum attainable. In fact, our bonuses will increase further when we help at least 2 people in our team become 6As, and at that time our qualification will be called 6A2. As our team then achieves the same results as we do, we can aspire to a qualification called 6A23, where in addition to the commission system listed so far, and other additional bonuses that we have not listed, but that you can ask those who are advising you on this project. Even the company recognizes us as corporate partners, and we will be rewarded not only with a $25,000 bonus, but also with a fixed monthly bonus of $5,000 for life that can even be passed on to our children and future generations. In fact, the company, even in the case of parental transmission, will retain the qualification achieved. But even here, our growth does not stop, and it will still be possible to achieve higher qualifications with even higher bonuses and annuities, such as the 6A28 qualification with $800,000 premium and $80,000 monthly for life. Enagic thus makes available an excellent and unique product in an increasingly health, savings, and environmentally sensitive market. With an extremely relevant compensation plan and the simplicity of sharing a project in which you will be supported continuously free of charge by your sponsors. Enagic's international success has been precisely based on the simplicity of dissemination and duplication. Our task is simply to share water, to make all the people who drink water, that is everyone, participate in our information meetings, and have them talk to our sponsors. And if 100% of the people we know and will know in our lifetime drink water, we then have an inexhaustible potential customer. In addition, a recent survey confirms that 51% of people would like to start their own business, and this reality certainly represents an excellent opportunity, given that any business would require large investments of several thousand euros, if not hundreds, to procure locations, warehouses, merchandise, personnel, and much more. In Enagic, by simply replacing our unhealthy water, that we are used to drinking with water with undisputed characteristics, and thus doing something important for our health and that of our families, as well as for the environment. We could open as many franchise stores as we would like with the various lanes we have talked about at zero cost in the time and manner we would like without any limits or obligation.